Hi there, this is Clark Smith. I'm the winemaker for Winesmith and Two Jakes of Diamonds. Two Jakes of Diamonds is all about this wonderful vineyard up in Lake County. We're in the southeast corner of the lake, and it's a very special place, one of the most amazing places to grow grapes for winemaking that I'm aware of anywhere in California. And I'll try to explain why. First of all, you're in Lake County, so the minimum lowest spot in Lake County is the lake itself, which is 1,400 feet. So this vineyard, which is just adjacent, varies from about 1,800 to 2,400 feet, almost half a mile. So what does that mean? Well, partly there's no fog, and the air is very clean, so we don't pick up the sort of diesel exhaust and stuff that you see in the heavy tourist areas. And there's a lot of UV because the air is very thin. That UV has a number of good effects for winemaking. One of them is that it enhances color and decreases any sort of vegetal character. So our Cabernet Franc, our Cabernet Sauvignon, and our Merlot don't have any pyrazines. They don't have any vegetal character. Partly that's the UV, and partly it's the volcanic soils we're on, which have zero water retention. And so the canopies are limited, and the roots have to really struggle and dig down to find water. And the result is that the canopy is sort of open so that UV light can shine through. Now in the case of Petite Sirah, that's very important because Petite Sirah has a very tight cluster. Its parents are Syrah, which has kind of a loose cluster, and Pelersan, which is an alpine variety that's just like a hand grenade. And that's the way Petite Sirah clusters are, which means that if you don't have a lot of UV on the cluster, then you're going to get mildew, and that botrytis will make enzymes that affect the color and can destroy anthocyanins. You end up with wines that are thinner and kind of greenier than we get in Lake County. Now, the downside of that bright sunlight is that in many places in the county, it can tend to burn off the aromatics. So that's not the case at Diamond Ridge because we're right on the water, and at about 2:30 in the afternoon you get this lake effect. So this breeze comes in and off the water and drops the temperature down to around 60 degrees. So we don't get any raisoning that you commonly see on west-facing slopes. We've got a north-facing slope, and so for all those reasons, this wine has amazing fruit, and it's retained sort of combination of a sort of high-toned lavender and some blueberries. So enough talk, let's get into this stuff. This is the 2017 Petite Sirah, and let's take a look. Now, this stuff has amazing color depth out of it. We call it purple haze. And you can see this is 17, this is a 6-year-old wine, and it's still that bright purplish ruby color that indicates it has quite a bit of aging potential. Now, normally on a volcanic soil, you're going to have a hard tannin that can be pretty grippy. But we submitted this to a process called microoxygenation that makes the tannins round and soft. And so let's just see what we've got here. Boy, there you go. That lavender is just intoxicating, and the blueberries underneath. But you also got some draughty herbs in here, a little sage, some rosemary that are coming from the vegetation that's growing around the vineyard. Okay, so round, lush, soft tannins, just a little bit of grip, and then in the back all this palate energy. We call it minerality, and it comes from that volcanic soil and decomposed granite. We don't really understand what minerality is, but one thing we know is that it not only adds palate energy, but it allows the wine to age for a long time. So this is quite a young wine, very comely, very drinkable now, but with the potential to age for decades in a decent cellar. And you know, we've got 200 acres planted up there, and only about 15 of it is Petite Sirah. Sometimes we think we ought to just tear it all up and just plant Petite Sirah because it's just so great, and I think one of the best places in California, really anywhere, to grow Petite Sirah, and I hope you'll try it and enjoy it. Salud.